Welcome to this look at a reclaimed map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am on Dutch Polder. This is by NorthEastModding Bas. 128.98 megabytes download, 15 required mods, no custom crops added in, and contracts are available. This is the next in line of maps I missed with MrSealyp. Now, I have quite a list. How many ago was it? 2, 3 ago that I said, oh, this is the last one. I just want to give a massive shout out to Nina. Nina, it was incredible. She did a spreadsheet, and she emailed me a spreadsheet of all the maps in the mod hub, all the maps that have been removed from the mod hub, and then went through and listed all of the maps that I had done map tours on. All the maps that I hadn't done map tours on, and then some question marks. The list of maps I hadn't done map tours on was longer than I thought. Way longer than I thought. There are about 5 or 6 maps on there that I didn't do map tours on because at the time of release, when I went over them, they were no different to the previous FS19 version. So I thought, I'm not going to do it. I should have done it, but I didn't. And then there are probably another 5 or 6 I just haven't done map tours on. There's a couple where maps are duplicated. You've got Bergen-Landkreis, which I did a map tour on, then Bergen-Landkreis Light. Again, I couldn't really see a huge amount of difference between the two, so I didn't do a map tour on Bergen-Landkreis Light. The same as Galgenberg and Galgenberg 2.0. There are some changes, but I'll have to go and check that one. So there are going to be some more maps in this series, is what I'm going to say. For the time being. Just in case you're interested, I thought I'd throw this little tidbit of information in there. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to anyone who's a dad, anyone who has a dad and is celebrating today, or if you're just remembering a dad that has passed, which I will be doing today as well. Yes, Father's Day. But that wasn't the information. The tidbit of information is we've had a lot of maps, a lot of Dutch maps with the word polder in the name, the title of the map. A polder is an area of lowland which has been reclaimed from a body of water, whether it be a large lake, usually the sea, using dikes and drainage to reclaim it. So the land that is waterlogged gets kind of drained and gets reclaimed. That's what a polder is. I was curious, I did wonder. We'll talk about slot count as well while we're here. The slot count on all 3 game modes, New Farmer, Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, is 1,138. So you start with everything on all 3. There is a warning though. You can remove all the buildings on all of the farms, and there are 6, I think? 6 farms. 2 or 3 of them are contractor yards, I'll refer to them as. Some of them, when you remove the buildings, the decorative objects remain and you can't remove them. So that's just a warning, something to be aware of. There are 20 collectibles. We'll have a look at the map while we're here. Why not? This is the map. We start at the vehicle workshop just here. Field prices across the board, I have to say, they're okay. I mean, there are no massive fields, and obviously you've got to remember you've got drainage ditches and that kind of thing. And for some people that don't like this style of map, some people that absolutely clamour for it. They love this sort of thing. So yeah, field prices not too bad at all. We do have the verges, the periphery. Doesn't cost anything, so Farmland 1 will get you all of that. So on New Farmer, we start with the main farm, or a start farm, on that plot there, plot 92, and you get field 2 up in the top corner as well. What else do I need to mention at this point? Nothing, I don't think. We start here, at the vehicle shop. Workshop trigger is just here. Vehicle shop menu is just here. And this is also the reset point on the map, should you need to reset any vehicles, equipment or machinery. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab what's the word? Words? A pickup. I'm going to grab a vehicle and let's get around the map, shall we? I have put a little bit of money and I've borrowed from the bank to start off with, but I will need to put some more in to buy all the various different bits of land as we go around. So we're going to head out. I have to say, I find this a lot with, say, most maps now. You know, it's very unusual, very rare to get a map that, I say, is awful. That's the wrong word. But the level of detail, you know, it's not clunky. It's the lighting's great. The texture palette, it just works really well. It's all this stuff, you know, that you kind of skip by. You go past it and don't really. I say don't really pay. It depends who you are, how much notice you pay to things like this. But yeah, it's just a really nicely put together, nicely made map. And I say another one. I have no idea why I missed it or how I missed it. It happens. I've explained that on pretty much every single maps I missed map tour. It could have been I was away on holiday. Often when I'm on holiday I will pick up mod reviews, or I will just do let's plays, because obviously I'm on holiday and I'm out doing stuff as well. If Giants on a particular day dropped a load of mods and 2 maps, when I'm away on holiday I don't have time. And then obviously when I get back, my methodology, my way of thinking has always been, by the time I get back off my holiday, and that has changed now, I have to say that has changed. But these map tours have already been done by the other YouTubers. You know, the same as mods. When people say you're going to go back and do the mods for the other day, whenever it was, and I'll often say, well, I wasn't intending to. Now, just need to stop here. I think I've gone past it, haven't I? Yeah, I've gone past it. So, this one here, which doesn't have a plot on it, but if I click on that and now zoom out, you will see that there's another one up here highlighted, and in the middle it says 128. So 128 does that little plot and this little plot here for 16,032. If I buy that, do that and that, we get a workshop garage, and we get a workshop garage up there, pop up. Oh, it's just there. I was going to say, I thought I'd gone past it. So that's a twofer. Buy one, get one free. Very nice. The required mods that download automatically. Oh, I haven't talked about that, have I? Actually, there wasn't anything other than the required mods, of which there are 15 that download automatically. If you go into build mode, there wasn't anything else added in other than under paint textures. There were a few extra paint textures, but other than that, yeah, that was fairly standard. And there were no vehicles or machinery. Actually, I did the prep for this probably a week ago, and then all sorts of stuff has come out over the last week, so I'm just kind of catching up with myself. I will go down and check here. Others, no, there's nothing under additional mods. So out along here. Now the other curious thing, I say curious, I don't know why it would be curious, we'll see when we get to them later on, but on all 3 game modes you do start with 2 productions already. You do start with the biogas plant, and you do start with the grain mill. Whilst you don't own the land, you do start with them already. So we have dairy just here, and then just here we've got sell everything. So I think there's 2 or 3 sell points on the map. Sell everything just there. What I was curious as well on this, because I didn't check, was if can we highlight it without buying the land? No. I was going to see if we could change the name of it. Where are we on the map? We're just here. Can we buy that plot? We can. Let's do that, that and that. Let's see. Oh, still not let me highlight it. That's interesting. It's doing that. There we go. Can rename the shed. No, I can't rename that. Some people just say, well, you know, if it just on the map says sell everything container or whatever it says, sell everything. Some people like to just rename their sell points and things. You don't have to. Of course not. So I'm going to head back this way again. This is just the best route I could find that would take in all of the features and sell points and buyable plots of land. So the dikes and berms and stuff like that, that's where the reclamation starts. Hold back the sea, then drain the areas inland from it. Just in case you're interested. So the first farm plot, per se, is a contractor's yard, which is just here. This is plot 86. If we go to the map, we come back along here. Let's go to that. So plot 86, Not too expensive, 22,152. Do that and that. We get the fuel point come up. Just there, we get access to the sheds. Now, like I said, the sheds can be removed, but the caveat with that is this stuff here that's in the corner can't be removed. So yeah, I did try. You can remove the fuel tank, and this building doesn't remove, but if you want this to be your home base, home plate, there are plenty of farmhouse sleep trigger, wardrobe triggers in the mod hub to place if you want to. Or again, if you're playing multiplayer and you want to have separate farms, go for it. Unfortunately, maps like this, but with all the drainage ditches and stuff like that, or irrigation ditches, depends how you view them. They are there for drainage, but I suppose irrigation as well. If you want to pump water out of them, you can, can't you? I'm going to have to go just along the edge of this field. That wasn't my intention. I think when I did my map prep, there was nothing growing in the field, so I thought, oh, that's all right. I always feel bad doing it. I know it's just a game. There you go. Wouldn't be a map tour without me doing that. So, just here, we've got the grain mill. But I say we do own it on all three game modes. Wheat, barley, oat and sorghum. Flour coming out, pretty much standard. When we get to the biogas plant, that's the same. And here at the grain mill, I think it's sell everything here as well. Yeah, with a lumber, and that's just the flat plate one, not the one with the containers. So sell everything as well. So another sell point just there. Now we're going to head up towards the start farm on New Farmer. The plot of land isn't that. Oh no, actually we're not. We're going to go down here first. I must forget to do this one, because this was on the map. You look and think, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what that is. And that's what you have to do when you're doing your map tours and map prep. Any area on the map on the PJ, you look and think, okay, I wonder what that is, because that kind of stands out. Well, this definitely stands out. So back to the map. Came from there, along there, grain mill and sell everything, and we've come along to here. So this bit, you look and think, oh, that's intriguing. Plot 90, 40,344. That, and that. 4 pig barns, each for 250. Quick maths, that's 1,000. That's 1,000 pigs, mate. You can dispose of anything here. Impressive. So there we go. 4 pig barns at a pig farm. Again, there's no sleep trigger, there's no silos, there's nothing like that. But if you wanted to have it as an addition to, or buy a plot of land next to it and then landscape that and make it into a farm, again, go for it. Now we're going to head to the start farm. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just for you, I'm even going to look. Alright, nosy. Slowing down to have a look. What you gawping at? So, coming to the farm just here. I'll leave the pickup here for the moment. Silo, seed and mineral feed just here. Then we got cows, 70. Feed point at the other end and various different slurry points and milk points. Everything's nicely labelled and situated, you shouldn't have a problem. Another seed and mineral feed point. Equipment and machinery, like I said, all 3 game modes, everything's still here. Sleep and wardrobe trigger, just here. Workshop trigger, just in there. Nice array of equipment and machinery to get started. Did I say what I got the slot count down to? By removing, I mean, I did have a go and remove buildings and stuff at all of the farms and took all the machinery away. Got it down to 743. But like I say, that 743 came with that caveat of there's still a lot of decorative objects that you couldn't remove. You can remove some of them, but not all of them. So, silage clamps, trailer, run alongside here. So we do start with a fair bit of gear. Muck spreader, forage wagon, all the grasswork equipment. I mean, it is packed in here, isn't it? Look at all this lot. Cultivators, sprayers, seeder, planter, windrower, tedder, plough, mowers. Another silage clamp. Run down the side here. Another silo for seed and mineral feed. And then this one. Oh, hang on, where's it gone? There we go. For 140 cows just here. So this is the main cow farm. From here then. Can't remember where the pickup was. I suppose I should rename this series, not Maps I Missed To, in case you missed them. Because you might have missed them as well. And I've had a lot of people when I've been doing this series of videos saying I only look at maps when you've done a map tour. So a few people have said, I've watched your map tour you just recently did and I love that map, I'm going to play on it. And I didn't think that would be a thing. I just assumed if I'd missed a map and other YouTubers, other map people had done map tours, that, you know, that would be fine because people watch someone else's map tour, they'd crack on with it. But the fact that people had waited, and if I hadn't done a map tour, as after a week or so passes, as I have done, you kind of forget. As more stuff comes out and more stuff comes out and you get in that cycle, you kind of, yeah, I don't know, you miss them. So I'm glad I'm mopping them up now. So another sell everything point just here. We are at the biogas plant. Biogas plant here, already owned on all 3 game modes. Regular crop types in with digestate coming out. This was something actually I do want to check because I can't remember now. Could we remove the biogas plant? We could. Oh yeah, that was it. So we could remove the biogas plant, but we couldn't remove the silage clamps or the decorative objects. And weirdly, that's a sell everything. That's a slurry lagoon, but that's not shown with icons for a slurry lagoon. But yeah, slurry basin has a value. But it hasn't got the in and out storage. Unless that was just linked to the biogas plant potentially. Maybe. But anyway, it can be removed if you want to put a different biogas plant in, as you've already seen. But again, that caveat still holds true. So from here, I need to double check the map. We are rolling across this way. Oh yeah, we're going to head up there. The workshop, we'll have a look at it. That's the double whammy, buy one get one free workshop that we purchased earlier. Yeah, as I started to say about maps like this, when you're kind of doing map prep and a map tour, I'll look at shortcuts and ways to get across the map quicker, to get around the map tour quicker. But obviously with all the drainage ditches and stuff, you can't just go honking across the map because, you know, it doesn't always work out so well. So, secondary workshop or additional workshop, because one of the main farm is just over there. Then we come to the next plot, which is another contractor's yard. Just here with a fuel point. So we are here at plot 117. 30,000. I say they're not expensive. Again, large building space, fuel point, refillable. It's a pity those aren't actually workshops. I mean, if there are workshop triggers, you can place a workshop, no problem at all. In, out, or shake it all about, it's entirely up to you. From here, I've realised what I've done. I was supposed to go back out again. Hang on, I think I was. Yes, I was. It is surprising when I do map prep and generally speaking, I'll work out a route round, and that route will adjust as I'm going round, because there'll be certain things like this. I'll find oh no, actually I need to go this way or that way, and normally within 24 hours, if I do the map tour immediately, fine. If I do it the following day, that's normally fine. I can remember the route I did and remember most of the information. I still have my notes in front of me, I still have things written down. Unless the map's incredibly complicated, incredibly intricate, loads of production, then I'm really leaning on my notes a lot. But because this has been a while, it's surprising with all the other map tours I've done in between prepping this, how quickly you kind of go, I can't remember. So, we had a map recently, and I was going to say that because I was doing this the day after a very similar map, but there's been a gap now. This is your animal dealer point, just here, but this is also one of the farms. So we are now here at plot 127. 12,768, that's all. Do that, that and that. And all the other triggers pop up. Workshop trigger just here. Don't think we didn't have a sleep trigger, did we? No, just the workshop trigger. Fuel point. And then in addition to the animal dealer, which was there, we do also now have an animal pen for 35 cows, accessible, feedable, just here. So, can't remember if I can go around and out onto the road, maybe. I can, excellent stuff. Right, from here I need to look for another turning on the right, I think. Is it here? I think it's here. It's got the right balance, and it's not overly flowered. Often you get maps that have got loads of different colours of flowers everywhere, carpeting the place. But I suppose it depends on the time of year. So I was just driving past there looking at the sunflower fields and thinking it's a really nice looking map with a really nice balance. I guess when you get into the bleaker winter months or the crops have been harvested, it will look vastly different. But we come just down here into this little village, minding the speed bumps as we go. We do have a little gas station just here. Don't know if they have an honesty box there or how that works. Then we come to the next farm plot, which is just along here. This is why we're saying about the biogas plant 1, because we are now from there straight the way down here to the gas station. We've now come along and we are at plot 112, 42,632. Not bad at all considering what we get here. 3 pig pens, each for 170, not 250. We have got a fuel point, manure heap just here, and this one does have this for the slurry bison. Very different to a slurry buffalo. Sorry, slurry basin. Again, no sleep trigger. We have got some shed space at the end here, but again, sleep triggers can be put in very easily should you wish. Hey, it's Father's Day. You've got to throw a dad joke in every now and again, haven't you? Otherwise, where's the fun? I've missed it. I've missed it. Now we head out to the final location. I say final location we're going to look at. Viable plot of land that has something on that, you know, I felt needs looking at. There are lots of other viable plots. Yeah, because the other map tour I was doing, I said about the graffiti, about the utes, and I came straight on this one, I think it was the following day, and thought, how curious. And I think they would buy, I'm sure they would buy different people. Final plot, plot 33, just here. Again, another contractor's yard. Or it doesn't even have to be a contractor's yard, it could just be a storage yard. You might decide, you know what, you're going to buy these all as satellite farms for storage for vehicles, machinery and equipment. You might have one that you store all your bales in, or one that you... These haven't got bale and pallet storages, but there are bale and pallet storages that can be placed as well if you wanted to do that. So plot 33, just here. I didn't have to borrow put any government subsidy signs in. That was quite handy. Again, fuel point, building space, and that is the map. That's Dutch Polder by NorthEastModding Bas. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.